a Wikividi Documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. Meghan McCain. Meghan Marguerite McCain is an American columnist, author, former Fox News contributor, and current co-host of The View. McCain is the daughter of 2008 presidential candidate and former U.S. Senator John McCain and Cindy McCain. McCain first received media attention of her own accord in 2007 for her blog, McCain Bloggette, on which she documented life on the campaign trail and mused about fashion, music, and pop culture. In 2009 she became a contributing writer for the Daily Beast, and in 2011, began appearing as a contributor on MSNBC. In 2013 she began hosting on the Startup Pivot channel, and in 2014 assumed the co-host role on Pivot's Take Part Live until that show was cancelled later in the year. In July 2015, McCain joined Fox News as a contributor. She was named a regular co-host of the afternoon talk program Outnumbered on November 14, 2016. She left the program and network in September 2017. She was named co-host of The View on October 9, 2017, as well as serving as a contributor and political analyst for ABC News, appearing on programs such as Good Morning America and This Week. Early life. McCain is the eldest of the 4 children of John and Cindy Hensley McCain. She has been a public figure for much of her life, first appearing at the 1996 Republican National Convention. She was born and raised in Phoenix, Arizona, and attended Phoenix Country Day School and Xavier College Preparatory, an all-girl private Catholic high school. She attended Columbia University, where she earned her bachelor's degree in art history. McCain originally planned to become a music journalist and interned at Newsweek and Saturday Night Live. Political positions. McCain describes herself as a woman who despises labels and boxes and stereotypes, and politically identifies as a Republican who is liberal on social issues. She registered as an independent voter when she was 18 years old, and she voted for John Kerry in the 2004 presidential election. She agrees with her father's positions on global warming, and they both support environmentalist legislation and stem cell research. At first she had doubts about the 2003 invasion of Iraq, but subsequently supported her father's position regarding it. She has stated she is pro-life, in favor of sex education and birth control. She has expressed an opinion that conservatives demonstrate hypocrisy regarding abortion. They go on and on about how evil and wrong abortion is, but don't like to talk about how easy it is to not get pregnant. McCain objected to the Arizona SB 1070 anti-illegal immigration law, which her father supported. In terms of economic policy, she once remarked on The Rachel Maddow Show, "I didn't even take economics in college. I don't completely understand it, so I'd hate to make a comment one way or the other. That's truly of all the things I keep reading, and I just don't understand it." In the 2016 presidential election, she didn't vote for Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump, instead writing in Evan McMullin. McCain has championed gay rights, and she has commented that the cause of the gay community for equality is one of the ones closest to my heart. In this way, she spoke at the Log Cabin Republicans Convention in April 2009, describing her cultural and political perspectives with the declaration, "I am concerned about the environment. I love to wear black. I think government is best when it stays out of people's lives and business as much as possible. I love punk rock. I believe in a strong national defense. I have a tattoo. I believe government should always be efficient and accountable. I have lots of gay friends. And, yes, I am a Republican." She supports same-sex marriage and gay adoption. In June 2009 McCain posed for the No 8 campaign, a celebrity photo project that protests California's Proposition 8 constitutional amendment banning same-sex marriage, which her mother Cindy also posed for. She was in favor of repealing "Don't Ask, Don't Tell," and allowing gays and lesbians to serve openly in the U.S. military. She also co-hosted GLAAD's Concert for Love and Acceptance in Nashville in 2015. Role in 2008 presidential election. On June 12, 2008, McCain wrote on her blog that she had changed her party registration to Republican, She said she did so as a symbol of my commitment to my dad, and to represent the faith I have in his ability to be an effective leader for our country and to grow and strengthen the Republican Party when he is elected President of the United States. In her book Dirty Sexy Politics, McCain talks about how she nearly overdosed on Xanax on the day of the election. In 2008 she published a book titled My Dad, John McCain. In an interview on Larry King Live in September 2008, McCain stated that she had been too busy to have a romantic relationship while on her father's campaign trail. Although her blogging was devoted to gaining support for her father among the Generation Y electorate, by October, Steve Schmidt and other McCain campaign staffers had substantially limited her appearances on the campaign, deeming her too controversial. Subsequent career: McCain was a host of a nationally syndicated radio program, America Now, from 2015 until 2017. McCain is also a blogger, and began writing for the Daily Beast in January 2009. In March 2009 McCain wrote an article for the Daily Beast titled, My Beef with Ann Coulter. In this article, she questioned Republican support for conservative author and columnist Ann Coulter. While Coulter did not respond, conservative radio talk show host Laura Ingraham challenged McCain's article by comparing her to a Valley girl. Ingraham also mocked McCain. Okay, I was really hoping that I was going to get that role in the real world, but then I realized that, well, they don't like plus-sized models. McCain responded to Ingraham in a second article for the Daily Beast titled, Quit Talking About My Weight. Laura Ingraham, instead of intellectually debating our ideological differences about the future of the Republican Party, Ingraham resorted to making fun of my age and weight, in the fashion of the mean girls in high school. McCain also stated on The View that she thought the change in discourse toward her body was terrible, and further argued, when Tyra Banks went on her show in a bathing suit and said, "Kiss my fat ass, that's what I feel like. Kiss my fat ass," Ingraham responded by calling McCain a useful idiot. During a later interview on Larry King Live, McCain said that as far as she is concerned, with what's going on with Laura Ingraham, on my end, it's over. She also told King that Coulter never responded to her article, which, she stated, is fine with me. All I wanted to do is show women that you don't have to be Ann Coulter and Laura Ingraham to have a place in the Republican Party. Supriya Jindal is a good role model, but a lot of people hadn't heard of her. In April 2009 she signed a six-figure book deal with Hyperion. Some 18,000 people were following her on Twitter. She described her aims in this way: all I am trying to be is a young, cool Republican woman for other Republican women. Politico stated that while John McCain did not emerge from the 2008 election victorious, his Bud Light drinking, talk show appearing, insouciantly twittering 24-year-old daughter did. Speaking at the 2009 Log Cabin Republican Convention, McCain said there was a war brewing in the Republican Party between the past and the future, and that most of the old-school Republicans are scared shitless of that future. She followed that by saying her enjoyment of Twitter was diminished by the presence of top Republican strategist Karl Rove, saying, "I can't shake the fact that Karl Rove is following me, it can be creepy. And, we need to take Twitter back from the creepy people." Statements such as these led news reports and commentators including Rachel Maddow and Kathleen Parker to conclude that McCain had the same maverick gene as her father. Following the April 2009 party switch by Senator Arlen Specter from Republican to Democratic, conservative commentator Rush Limbaugh suggested that many Republicans wished both John McCain and Meghan McCain would leave too. Meghan McCain's tweet in response was, "Read till I'm dead, baby. I love the Republican Party enough to give it constructive criticism. I love my party and sure as hell not leaving." On a May 2009 episode of The Colbert Report, she stated her support for sex education and criticized Bristol Palin's sexual abstinence campaign, saying it was not realistic for this generation. McCain also stated her own desires for the Republican Party. "It can be a party for a 24-year-old pro-sex woman. It can be." After John McCain campaign fixture Joe the Plumber made some anti-gay remarks in mid-2009, Meghan McCain took aim at him, saying, "Joe the Plumber, you can quote me, is a dumbass. He should stick to plumbing." In September 2009 and February 2010, McCain had repeat stints as guest co-host of The View. In September 2010, she appeared on the NPR news quiz show Wait, Don't Tell Me and won a prize for a listener. Her campaign memoir, Dirty Sexy Politics, was published in September 2010. In it she expresses her opinions about Sarah Palin and describes her relationships with the McCain campaign staff. She states that the Republican Party seemed to have lost its way in the last 10 years, that the conservative movement seemed hell-bent on restricting our freedoms rather than expanding them, and that within the Republican Party, she felt a certain stress to take over the ideas of others, like Mitt Romney, especially regarding same-sex marriage, which was a danger for the existence of the party. The New York Times described the book as a coming-of-age narrative about herself. However, other reviews were more scathing. Leon H. Wolf wrote, "It is impossible to read Dirty Sexy Politics and come away with the impression that you have read anything other than the completely unedited ramblings of an idiot." During the promotional tour for the book, McCain cancelled an appearance at Juniata College owing to what she called unforeseen professional circumstances. However, according to her Twitter, she was actually in Las Vegas on a girls' weekend, as she got over a boyfriend ending their relationship via email. McCain has been lampooned and criticized by the political blogosphere. In September 2011, her lawyers asked Red State to take down posts that were parodying her commentary, as they made her appear buffoonish and arrogant. Red State complied. In November 2011, McCain became an analyst on MSNBC and immediately got into a back-and-forth with 2012 Republican presidential candidate Newt Gingrich. In commentary on this, Gawker referred to her as noted idiot Meghan McCain, and observed of her first outing that she bets her career that Newt Gingrich won't win the GOP nomination. What career? Also in 2011, McCain did a public service announcement about skin cancer, about which radio host Glenn Beck said she should wear a burqa and said her physique made him want to vomit. A month-long road trip with comedian Michael Ian Black in the summer of 2011 led to a collaboration on the 2012 book America, You Sexy Bitch, A Love Letter to Freedom. In it, McCain lambasts Republican strategist Karl Rove for what she believes was his role in the attacks against her younger sister in her father's 2000 presidential campaign, castigates Bill Clinton for his actions in the Lewinsky scandal, but despite ideological differences, praises Hillary Clinton for having pushed through many doors and shattered many glass ceilings for women in politics. "I love women who don't put up with shit, and Hillary clearly doesn't." In September 2013, her road-based talk show Raising McCain began on the startup Pivot cable and satellite television channel. It was cancelled in January 2014. She instead was added as a co-host to the show Take Part Live on the same channel, appearing with Jacob Sobroff beginning in May 2014. The show was cancelled in December 2014. She signed on as a Fox News contributor in July 2015 and was named a regular co-host of the afternoon talk program Outnumbered on November 14, 2016. McCain left the show in September 2017. McCain was named the 21st co-host of The View on October 9, 2017, to serve as the conservative commentator of the show after Jedediah Bila left the previous month. McCain had previously guest co-hosted in the show in 2008 and 2010. On September 1, 2018, she delivered a eulogy at her father's funeral at Washington National Cathedral. In an emotional eulogy to her father, McCain mourned her father's passing as the passing of American greatness, the real thing. In what was widely seen as a sharp rebuke of Donald Trump, McCain remarked that, "The America of John McCain has no need to be made great again, because America was always great." Brought to you by Wikividi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?